You're listening to the Manning Up on Real Estate podcast with your host, Cameron Manning. We bring you the industry experts each episode who will help you man up on your real estate career. Almost 800 agents have already left the business this year in Greater Vancouver. That's a massive number, and it should be a wake-up call. But here's the thing. Tough markets don't kill real estate careers. What kills careers is failing to adapt. In today's episode of the Manning Up on Real Estate podcast, I want to share 4 big reasons that are causing agents to struggle right now. But more importantly, I'll show you the exact steps that you can take to not just survive, but grow and thrive in this ever-changing market. So reason number 1 is they have no business plan. Most agents are running on hope instead of a well-thought-out business plan. They don't know their numbers, they're not tracking progress, and they don't have a roadmap. Without a proper plan, every month feels like it's starting from scratch, and that is no way to run a business. The second reason is they have passive marketing. Too many agents think Canva template style images and the occasional post will convert. They confuse posting with prospecting. Social media is a powerful tool. Don't get me wrong. I've picked up many leads from social media over the year, but only when combined with real, actual outreach and conversations. Social media should enhance everything else you're doing. It should not be your sole source of business. The third reason is they just have weak skills. In a hot market, even weak agents can close deals. 2020 to 2022 proved that. But in today's market, lack of scripts, poor objection handling, and weak presentation skills will expose the agents who are weak on their skills. When I talk to agents who are struggling, the first thing I'm asking them is, how often are you role-playing with a partner? And I'm sure you can assume they always answer with never. And the fourth reason is they have inconsistent prospecting. This is the killer, and it goes hand in hand with not having a proper business plan. Agents will call for a week, then they'll stop. They follow up once and then they give up. Without consistent lead generation, the pipeline dries up. And then they're surprised when business slows down or they don't have any commissions coming in. So these are the 4 biggest issues that I see with agents' businesses today. And I believe that it's causing many people to leave the business. And I don't want this podcast to be just doom and gloom. There's already enough of that in the market. So let's actually get into what you can do starting today to turn your business around, to not only end the year on a high note, but also set you up for a strong start to 2026. Because remember, what we do now affects our business 60 to 90 days from now in real estate. So these suggestions will take time before you'll feel the impact, but I promise you, if you stick to them, you'll see a difference. Let's start off with solution number 1, which is to write a real business plan. I want you to think of your real estate business like an airline flight. You wouldn't board a plane if the pilot said, "We'll just see where the wind takes us." But that's how many agents are running their business today. A plan does not need to be complicated. In fact, here's how you can build a plan in just 30 minutes. First, I want you to write down your income goal. To figure this out, start with how much money you need on a monthly basis just to cover all of your living expenses. Then I want you to determine your wants. For example, let's say you want to renovate your kitchen or take your family on a nice trip this year. Figure out the total cost of what all those wants are and add them into your needs for how much you need every single year. And there you go. Presto. That is your income number for the year. Well, next, we need to figure out how many transactions that means. So you should already know what your average commission is. So all you need to do is divide your average commission into your income goal, and you'll see exactly how many transactions that you need to hit in order to reach that income goal. Next, we need to determine how many sales are going to come from listings and how many from buyers. Once you determine that breakdown, we need to know how many listings you're going to have to take or how many buyers you're going to have to write with, because we all have a fallout rate, as not all buyers will close and not all listings will sell. If you're a newer agent, I'd suggest expect to lose around 20 to 25% of your deals, meaning if you need 10 sales to hit your income goal, you'll need to list about 12.5 homes in order to sell 10, or let's round it up to 13 to be safe. Next, we're going to break it down into how many appointments you need to go on. Again, you will likely go on some appointments that probably don't sign with you, and that's okay. Expect if you're new to only sign about 70% of the appointments you go on because you just haven't built the skills yet. That would mean in this example, you need to go on 16.6 appointments or 17 total. Break that into monthly targets means you need to be hitting 1.4 appointments per month, or we round that up to 2. That's all you have to do is 2 appointments each month to sell 10 homes. Simple enough, isn't it? So where are you going to get those appointments from? That's a good question. This is where you're going to identify a minimum of 3 lead sources and not more than 5 that you're going to work consistently every single day, and the action steps of how you will be working. So for example, let's say you choose open houses as one of your lead sources. Are you just going to go and show up on the day of the open house and hope people come in? Or are you going to be proactive and maybe door knock the neighborhood, make sure you have enough signs out there, practice your script so you can convert at a high level, and make sure that you're taking advantage of every single open house to generate the most amount of buyer or seller leads? The choice really is yours on the type of lead gen strategies that you're going to do. Now you have a real plan that will help you to stay focused on the important tasks and that will drive your business forward. Work your plan, rework your plan, and then work it some more. Let's move into solution number 2, and that's to shift away from passive marketing to active marketing and prospecting. Marketing is not the same thing as prospecting, and posting pretty pictures online is just not enough today. Here's the shift. Move away from waiting for the phone to ring to making it ring. Here are some examples. The first one is database calls. Call your past clients just to check in. Ask how life is, not just about real estate. Relationships create referrals. If you add value to your database consistently, you can expect business to come regularly from your database. The next one is neighborhood farming. Instead of only mailing postcards, maybe go and door knock once a month. Introduce yourself, share a quick market stat, and let the people know that you are a local expert. The third is to slide into people's DMs on social media. Instead of posting and ghosting, comment on your followers' posts, reply to stories, and start conversations. People do business with people who engage. Really simple. Think of social media like a billboard. It reminds people that you exist, but the billboard doesn't close the deal. Conversations do. My third solution is probably going to be the most boring for most agents, but it's to build skills like a professional. Think about this. Top athletes don't practice when they feel like it. They train daily, yet many agents completely avoid practicing. So here's what you're going to want to do if you want to become a script master. Firstly is to role play your objections. Spend 15 minutes a day with another agent or even a friend, run through buyer and seller objections until your answers become automatic. Secondly, you need to sharpen your presentation. Record yourself delivering your listing presentation, watch it back, and figure out where do you stumble, where do you sound unsure. The more you practice this listing presentation and audit it, the stronger you're going to become at delivering your listing presentation. And thirdly, think about this. Scripts aren't fake. You're not faking it. They're professional. Think about pilots. Again, we're going back to the pilot. They use checklists every single flight, not because they don't know what to do, but because the checklist keeps them sharp and consistent. Scripts work the same way in real estate. Agents who put in skill building time every single day, even if it's just 20 minutes into their calendar, will smoke the competition in this market. If you want a copy of the script book that my team uses daily, I recommend heading over to gloveru.com/scripts and download their script book, or I'll link it in the show notes. You'll thank me later. And the final solution number 4, is to build systems for consistency. Every great business has systems. And the most dangerous phrase in real estate is, I'll do it when I feel motivated. Because motivation comes and goes, but systems create consistency. Here are some ways that you can systemize a real estate business. Number 1 is calendar blocking. Prospecting isn't optional. It's in your calendar like an appointment, and you treat it like it's a client meeting. You never give up your prospecting time. Number 2 is tracking. Use a simple spreadsheet or a CRM to log contacts daily. When you see your numbers, you know if you're on pace or falling behind. The third thing is to have follow-up plans. Don't trust your memory. Create templates for texts, set reminders in your CRM, and let the system do the remembering for you. Technology is an amazing tool today if you use it properly. And lastly, number 4 is to actually use your CRM. If you use your CRM as a tool, you make sure that you have the systems in place to help you with outreach, but you're not relying 100% on the CRM to do the work for you. Nothing beats picking up the phone and calling your client. Use the CRM to remind you to do that, but don't expect it to do it for you. And here's the thing. I know agents who prospect 1.5 to 3 hours every morning, rain or shine, even when they're busy or they've got a lot of leads. They never give up on their lead gen. And guess what? they always end the year on top because their systems don't care about emotion. And yes, this market is tough. Yes, a lot of agents are leaving, but this is also the best opportunity you'll ever have to build your career. When everyone else is quitting, you can double down. You can sharpen your skills and you can take market share. So let me leave you with this. Will you be one of the agents who gets washed out? Or will you be one of the agents who looks back in 5 years and says, that tough market was the best thing that ever happened to me? The choice is yours. If you found this podcast helpful, leave a comment, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel. Till next time.